Davis, what is good?
Hey, we live. Yeah. What? So I need that take it all the way.
Today?
What I need to do?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
His head thing, but there was a. They're gonna see, trust me. They're gonna see, then I'm gonna see. Still, keep it in mind, but.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is approximately 11:15 a.m. here on May 26th of 2025. This is the Clayton County First Appearance Calendar. My name is Judge Marcus Thorpe. I'm one of the Associate Magistrate Judges here this morning. My apologies for the late start as we were having some technical difficulties. But again, today is May 26th and we will go ahead and get started. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having trouble hearing me, please let me know because there are a few things that I'll need to go over with you both during and before the calendar. Please listen carefully as it will help you to better understand the nature and purpose of today's proceeding. First, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to try your case. I am not here to take a plea or have any legal discussion about the specific facts of your case. I am here to inform you of what you've been charged with, to advise you of certain rights, to set bond where I can, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine if you require the assistance of an attorney if you qualify. Ladies and gentlemen, today's proceeding is being recorded as well as there being witnesses around you. So please be careful with the things that you tell me as you make myself and other parties a witness to your case, which you don't want to do. Now, in addition to the right to remain silent, you have the right to a presumption of innocence, the right to indictment by grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf. You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense. And you have the right to attorney where I may be able to appoint one if you cannot afford one. For those of you all who are not citizens of the United States, there are some charges here today that may adversely affect your immigration status. So you will need to consult with an immigration attorney after the conclusion of today's hearing. Now, as I told you, among the things that I am permitted to do today, other than to advise you of what you've been charged with, is also to tell you about bond. Bond is an amount of money that you can pay to allow yourself to be released while your case is pending. So it doesn't mean your case is over, it just means you'll be allowed to be out. Now, there are three ways to make bond. You can make bond either by payment in cash, by commercial property bonding company, or by a property bond. So the example I like to use is if I tell you that you are charged with family violence here this morning, battery family violence, and your bond is $6,000 and you want to pay cash, you would pay $6,000 to the sheriff's office plus any additional monies that they require as in fees. And then they would hold the money until your case is closed and then they would return it to you. If you say that I don't have that total to pay, the $6,000, you can use a bonding company. If you use a bonding company, you typically will be responsible for 12 to 15% of that bond. So usually only, if I tell your bond $6,000, you'd be responsible for about $750. But the difference is you don't get that money back. Lastly, there is a property bond. So if either you or someone you know owns a piece of property and has at least 3 times the equity in it as your bond, then they may be able to bring it to the sheriff's office, again, where the sheriff will hold it until your case is concluded. Now, in addition to telling you what you've been charged with, what your bond is, I will also advise you of special conditions if there are some on your case. So, for example, if you are charged with battery family violence, I will tell you today that you are to have no contact with the alleged victim. And I will also tell you that you are to stay away from a particular place. If I tell you those things, ladies and gentlemen, please just stay away. Don't go near it. Even if that's somewhere that you used to live, please understand that you are not permitted to return until such time as your case is closed or your bond is modified. If I tell you to stay away from a particular place, again, don't go there. Don't even speak to the person. Don't email them. Don't text them. Don't call them. Don't DM them, because any of that will be a violation of my bond and subject you to new felony charges to include influencing a witness or aggravated stalking, which carry up to 20 years in prison and a $20,000 fine. Now, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing that I need for each of you all to keep in mind is that, lastly, I will ask you about what is called a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is a hearing where you are present, the judge is present, and also your attorney is present to review the facts of your case to determine if there is enough evidence in your case to go on to the prosecutor. If I tell you you are charged with a felony today, you automatically will get a preliminary hearing as long as you don't make bond. If I tell you you are charged with a misdemeanor, then you'll have the option to go forward and have a preliminary hearing. So at that point, you can either tell me, Judge, I don't want my preliminary hearing and I will waive it, in which case your case will move somewhat faster and go to the prosecutor directly. Or you can tell me, Judge, I do want my hearing and I will give you your preliminary hearing date. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I need everyone to please raise your right hand. Ladies and gentlemen, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this morning during today's proceeding and what you have provided during the course of your court-appointed counsel documents is the truth and nothing but the truth to help you God? And if it is, please say, I do. Okay. You can put your hands down. Ms. can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Brother,
sir.
you want to introduce yourself? I believe we have 3 gentlemen and then one lady.
Ladies, go back in. Ladies, besides you.
Yes, sir. Señores, buenos días. Mi nombre es Deyanira Bermúdez y yo voy a ser su intérprete en la mañana de hoy.
Okay. Good morning, gentlemen and lady. My name is Judge Thorpe, and this is your first appearance.
Buenos días, damas y caballeros. Mi nombre es el juez Thorpe y yo voy a hacer su comparecencia inicial en la mañana de hoy.
I am here to advise each of you of what you've been charged with and to set bond on your case.
Yo estoy acá para informarle a cada uno de ustedes de lo que se le acusa y para asignarle una fianza.
I am not here to take a plea or to have any legal discussion about the facts of your case.
Yo no estoy acá para que usted se declare a los cargos o para tener discusiones legales con respecto a los hechos de su caso.
Please remember, folks, that today's hearing is being recorded, so please be careful with what you tell me.
Por favor, entiendan ustedes que la audiencia del día de hoy está siendo grabada, o sea que tengan mucho cuidado con lo que me dicen.
Each of you has the right to remain silent.
Cada uno de ustedes tienen el derecho de permanecer en silencio,
The right to a presumption of innocence.
el derecho a la presunción de inocencia,
The right to an indictment by grand jury.
el derecho a que el gran jurado le formule una acusación formal
When it's a felony or for accusations by misdemeanors.
cuando sea un delito grave o que se le formule una acusación si es un delito menor.
Each of you has the right to a speedy and public trial.
Cada uno de ustedes tiene el derecho de tener un juicio sin demora público ante un jurado.
You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de exigir la presencia de testigos para que testifiquen a su favor.
You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de ver, escuchar e interrogar a los testigos que sean citados a testificar en su contra.
You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense.
Usted tiene el derecho de testificar a su favor o de presentar pruebas para ser utilizadas en su defensa.
You have the right to have an attorney appointed for you if you cannot afford one.
Y si usted no tuviese los medios para contratar un abogado, usted tiene el derecho de tener un abogado asignado.
Now, in addition to advising each of you of what you've been charged with, we will also talk about bond.
De manera adicional, y después de haberle informado a cada uno de ustedes de lo que se le acusa, vamos a hablar de lo que es la fianza.
Bond is an amount of money that you can pay that will allow you to be released until your case is concluded.
La fianza es una cantidad de dinero la cual usted paga, la cual le permite a usted salir en libertad hasta que su caso termine.
In addition to bond, some of you may have charges for which I will tell you you are to have no contact with the alleged victim in your case.
De manera adicional a la fianza, a alguno de ustedes puede ser que se le impute cargo en los cuales yo le voy a decir que usted no puede tener contacto con la presunta víctima.
If I tell you that you are to have no contact with a particular person, please abide by my request because you could end up being arrested again.
Si yo le digo que usted no puede tener contacto con una persona en particular, por favor, haga lo que le pido, porque usted podría terminar siendo arrestado nuevamente.
I also may tell some of you this morning that you are to not return to your home while your case is pending.
Puede ser que yo le diga también en la mañana de hoy que usted no puede regresar a su casa mientras el caso esté pendiente.
If I tell you that, again, please abide by my request because it could result in additional charges.
Y si yo le digo eso, por favor, siga lo que le estoy pidiendo o obedezca lo que le estoy diciendo, porque esto puede resultar en que le imputen cargos adicionales.
Now, for those of you who are charged with misdemeanor crimes, I will discuss with you today what is called a preliminary hearing.
Ahora, para aquellos de ustedes a los cuales se le acusa delitos menores, yo voy a hablar con usted de lo que se llama una audiencia preliminar.
A preliminary hearing is where you are present, the judge is present, as well as the officer who arrested you, so that they may review your case and discuss if there is enough evidence to go forward against you.
En una audiencia preliminar es donde usted está presente, el juez está presente y el agente que lo arrestó va a estar presente para revisar sus cargos y decidir si van a proceder con ellos.
If I tell you you are charged with a felony, you will automatically get this hearing so long as you don't make bond on your case.
Si yo le digo que a usted se le imputa un cargo que es un delito grave, a usted automáticamente se le va a asignar o se le va a programar esta audiencia siempre y cuando usted no salga bajo fianza.
If you are charged with a misdemeanor, I will ask you if you would like to have this hearing or if you would like to waive the hearing.
Si a usted se le imputa cargos por delitos menores, yo le voy a preguntar que si usted quiere tener esta audiencia o si usted quiere renunciar a la audiencia.
Now, if you tell me you would like to waive the hearing, it does make your case move a little faster to the next stage.
Si usted me dice que usted quiere renunciar a tener la audiencia, esto sí causa que su caso se mueva un poco más rápido al próximo tribunal.
Okay. So at this time, gentlemen, if I could have each of you please raise your right hand.
O sea que si en estos momentos, caballeros, podría pedirle que cada uno de ustedes levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the information that you will provide to me this morning is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And if it is, please say I do.
¿Jura usted y afirma que la información que usted me va a dar en la mañana de hoy es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad? Así es, dígalo, juro. I do swear.
All right, and Ms. Day, my apologies, let me ask you as well, if you would, please raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm that you will appropriately transfer from English to Spanish and Spanish to English all of the information in this morning's proceedings?
I do.
All right. Deputy, if you could, do you have the names of these gentlemen and then the female as well?
Yeah, it's Victor. Victor. It's Red. Christian. Maria de Jesus.
Have Victor, Israel, Christian. Okay, got it. All right, if I could have up first, Christian Reyes, please.
Christian? Christian, he wants Christian.
Are you Mr. Christian Reyes, sir?
Señor, ¿es usted el señor Cristian Reyes? Yes.
All right, so Mr. Reyes, you are charged with a misdemeanor driving with no license and misdemeanor hit and run.
Señor Reyes, a usted se le acusa del delito menor de manejar sin licencia de conducir y del delito menor de chocar y darse a la fuga.
The bond for the no license is $1,000 and the bond for the hit and run is $1,500.
La fianza por el cargo de no licencia es de $1,000 y por el de chocar y darse a la fuga es de $1,500.
So your total bond is $2,500.
O sea que la cantidad total de su fianza es de $2,500.
Are you currently working, sir?
¿Está usted trabajando actualmente, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
About how much money are you making per month?
¿Y más o menos cuánto está usted ganando por mes?
Por mes. Por 2,600.
Per month, 2,600.
Do you have any children, sir?
¿Tiene usted niños, señor?
No, aquí no.
No, not here.
Do you have any children at all?
¿Tiene usted hijos o niños en lo absoluto?
No.
No.
So based on that, sir, you do not qualify for an attorney. And so if you would like an attorney for your case, you will have to hire your own, okay?
Basado en eso, señor, usted no cumple con los requisitos para un abogado, o sea que si usted quisiera tener un abogado, usted tendría que contratarse uno.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as far as the preliminary hearing that I spoke of, sir, would you like to have that hearing or waive that hearing?
Y cuando tiene que ver con la audiencia preliminar que yo le mencioné anteriormente, señor, ¿quisiera usted tener la audiencia preliminar o quiere renunciar a ella?
Pues renunciarla porque a mí me está metiendo la culpa y la que pegó fue ella, no fui yo.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, the interpreter could not hear what Mr. Christian is saying. Repita, señor.
Que mejor renunciar yo porque ella fue que me pegó.
I'll
y
waive
después
it
ella
because she was the one who hit me.
Okay. Remember, sir, you don't want to talk to me about the specifics of your case, okay?
Recuerde, señor, que usted no quiere hablar conmigo de los hechos específicos de su caso, ¿ok?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. So then I will show that you are asking me to waive your hearing. And so when you and I are done speaking, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign, okay?
Ok, señor, entonces voy a mostrar que usted me está pidiendo renunciar a tener su audiencia. O sea que cuando yo termine de hablar con usted, el alguacil le va a dar un documento el cual usted tiene que firmar. Ok.
Okay.
Ok.
All right, sir. Do you have any questions for me about anything?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí con relación a alguna cosa?
No, solamente le quería preguntar que si, bueno, si puedo pagar la fianza o cuándo para.
No, I just wanted to ask you that if I can pay the bond or when.
Yes. So once we are done here, if you would speak with the sheriff's office and they will be able to assist you with that.
Sí, señor. Tan pronto terminemos acá, si usted habla con la comisaría, en la comisaría, ellos le van a poder ayudar con eso.
Okay. Sí, para poder hacer una llamada para.
Yes, so I can make a phone call.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, gracias.
All right. If I could have up next, Victor Morales, please. All right. Are you Mr. Morales?
Yeah.
¿Es usted el señor Morales?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Morales, you are charged with one count of misdemeanor battery family violence, and your bond is $3,500.
Ok, señor Morales, a usted se le imputa el cargo por delito menor de agresión física, violencia intrafamiliar y su fianza es de $3,500.
You are to stay away from Rosanna Perez
Usted tiene que mantenerse alejado de Rosana Pérez
and the address of 525 Museum Circle.
y de la dirección de 525 Museum Circle.
Do you understand that, sir?
¿Entiende usted eso, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you working currently, sir?
Actualmente, ¿está usted trabajando, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
How much do you earn per month?
¿Cuánto gana usted por mes?
3,200.
3,200.
Sir, you do not qualify for an attorney, and so if you would like an attorney, you will have to appoint your own, or excuse me, hire your own.
Señor, usted no cumple con los requisitos para un abogado, o sea que si usted quisiera tener un abogado, usted tendría que contratarse uno.
Está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Lastly, as to the preliminary hearing, sir, would you like to have your hearing or waive your hearing?
Y finalmente, después de la audiencia preliminar, ¿le gustaría a usted tener la audiencia preliminar o renunciar a la audiencia preliminar?
Renunciar.
Waive it.
Okay. All right, sir. So I am showing that you would like me to waive your hearing this morning. And so once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign, and then that'll be all for you this morning.
Ok, señor, lo que muestra es que usted quiere renunciar a la audiencia de la mañana, la audiencia preliminar, y tan pronto nosotros terminemos de hablar, el alguacil le va a mostrar un papel el cual usted debe de firmar.
Do you have any questions of me, sir?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí, señor?
No entendí de eso de renunciar y no renunciar, eso, ¿cómo está? Por favor, que me explique.
I did not understand the waive and don't waive thing. How is that?
So it is not your trial, sir, but you have the right to a hearing where they can review if there is enough evidence to continue your case forward.
Esto no sería su juicio, señor, pero usted tiene el derecho de tener una audiencia donde ellos revisarían los cargos para decidir si ellos van a continuar con los cargos, van a proceder.
Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you can choose to have that hearing or you can choose to bypass and waive that hearing.
Y por el hecho de que a usted se le imputa cargos por delitos menores, usted tiene el derecho de tener la audiencia o de renunciar a tener la audiencia.
And based on what you said this morning, sir, you have chosen to waive that hearing. Is that correct?
Y basado en lo que usted me ha respondido en la mañana de hoy, usted ha decidido renunciar a la audiencia, ¿es correcto?
Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Good luck to you, sir.
Ok, buena suerte, señor.
No, pues no tengo número para hablar, un pin que no me dieron un código en la mañana.
I don't have a number to make a phone call. I don't have a pin.
We'll take care of that here in the jail.
Okay, thank you. All right, if I could have Mr. Jose Ruiz, please. Are you Mr. Ruiz?
¿Es usted el señor Ruiz?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Ruiz, you are charged with 1 count of battery as a misdemeanor and 1 count of criminal damage as a felony.
Ok, señor Ruiz, a usted se le imputa el cargo por delito menor de agresión física y por delito mayor de invasión o daños a la propiedad.
The felony, sir, carries a bond amount of $5,000 and the misdemeanor carries a bond of $3,500.
Y el cargo por delito grave tiene una fianza de 5,000 y el cargo por delito menor tiene una fianza de 3,500.
So your total bond, sir, is $8,500.
O sea que la cantidad total de su fianza, señores, es de $8,500.
Okay. You do have special conditions,
Usted sí tiene condiciones especiales
and they are to stay away from 2 people.
y esas condiciones es que usted tiene que mantenerse alejado de 2 personas.
Margarita Guzman and Yobani Avila.
Margarita Guzmán y Giovanni Ávila.
And you are also to stay away from the address of 1 Lakeview Drive.
Y también tiene que mantenerse alejado de la dirección de 1 Lakeview Drive.
Do you understand that, sir?
¿Entiende usted esto, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working, sir?
Actualmente, ¿está usted trabajando, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
And how much are you making per month?
¿Y cuánto está usted ganando por mes?
Como 3,200.
About 3,200.
So based on that information, sir, I am not going to be able to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer here this morning. And so you will have to hire your own lawyer if you would like one to assist you. Do you understand that?
Y basado en esa información, señor, yo no le voy a poder asignar un abogado de oficio en la mañana de hoy. O sea que si usted quisiera uno, usted tendría que contratarse su propio abogado. ¿Entiende usted esto?
All right, do you understand that, sir?
¿Sí, sí lo entendió, señor?
All right, sir. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Good luck to you.
Ok, señor, esas son todas las preguntas que tengo para usted. Buena suerte.
All right, and I believe last is Miss Maria De Jesus.
Did Mr. Ruiz waive his hearing, Your Honor?
I'm sorry. My apologies. Can you bring him back up 1 quick second? I apologize. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that.
And
Now-
I'm not sure if you did, but
He did it. Now, sir, you are charged with a felony. And so that means your next court date will be June 23rd if you don't make that bond of $8,500 that I gave you.
Ok, señora, a usted se le imputa un cargo por delito grave, lo que significa que su próxima audiencia va a ser el 23 de junio si usted no paga la fianza de 8,500 que yo le asigné.
Okay.
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 Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
All right, we can bring back Miss Maria. All right, are you Miss Maria De Jesus?
¿Es usted la señorita María de Jesús?
Sí.
Yes.
Miss Maria, you are charged with 1 count of driving without a license and 1 count of improper U-turn.
Señorita María, a usted se le imputa un cargo de manejar sin licencia de conducir y un cargo de dar la vuelta en U de manera inapropiada.
Now, based on the information that I have before me, ma'am, I am going to go ahead and release you.
Basada en la información que tengo ante mí, señor, yo voy a proceder y la voy a poner en libertad.
Okay. However, please remember that does not mean that your case is closed. It simply means that you will be able to get out until you get your next court date in the mail.
Sin embargo, entienda que esto no significa que su caso se cerró, sino que usted va a poder salir y estar en libertad hasta que usted reciba su próximo citatorio judicial por correo.
And so when you leave here today, please make sure that whatever your best address is the address that they have on file here at the sheriff's office.
Ya que cuando usted salga hoy, asegúrese que la dirección que la oficina de la comisaría tiene en su expediente es su dirección correcta.
Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Good luck to you. Actually, one last question, ma'am. Are you currently working?
Una última pregunta, señora. ¿Está usted trabajando actualmente?
Vendo postres.
Disculpe.
Vendo postres.
I make desserts.
And how much do you make per month?
¿Y cuánto gana usted por mes?
1,200 ya, menos la inversión como $800 al mes.
1,200 minus the investment, about $800 per month.
Okay. So based on the information that you provided me this morning, ma'am, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. And so you will have one that will contact you free of charge to help you on your case.
Basada en la información que usted me dio en la mañana de hoy, señora, yo voy a proceder y le voy a asignar un abogado. O sea que usted va a tener un abogado que le va a asistir con su caso.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Buena suerte, señora.
Yes.
All right, Deputy, that should be all the individuals that needed interpretation. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ms. Daya.
You are very welcome, Your Honor. You have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right. And are you Ms. Bea?
Yeah.
Bea? Okay. So, Ms. Bea, you are charged here with the misdemeanor 1 count of theft by shoplifting, ma'am. Your bond is $1,500. You do have a special condition, Ms. Bia, and that's to stay away from 2940 Anvil Block Road. That will be the place that this is alleged to have occurred. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, now, according to the information that I have here this morning, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so I am going to appoint you a court-appointed attorney free of charge so that you will have someone to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Now, the last question I have for you, Ms. Bia, is I see earlier I spoke about a preliminary hearing. And because you were charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to have that hearing or to waive that hearing, as I mentioned before. To have it means you want me to set the date for you, and you'll only get it if you don't make bond. That's where you are present, your attorney is present, the judge is present, and then they determine if there's enough evidence to go forward in your case, or they dismiss it. If they dismiss it, doesn't mean it can't come back. Or you can waive that hearing, ma'am. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
I would like to have a hearing, please.
Okay. Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, your court date, ma'am, if you don't make your bond, will be June 24th of 2025 at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th of 2025, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Good luck to you, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, next up could be Ms. Brewster.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. Are you Ms. Brewster?
Yes.
Right, so Ms. Brewster, you are charged here with one count of misdemeanor, simple battery, family violence, and one count of misdemeanor, cruelty to children in the third. The bond on the battery is $3,500. The bond on the cruelty to children is $2,500 for a total of $6,000. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Aaron Brewster and the address of 647 Barksdale Drive. Ma'am, if that's somewhere that you were living prior to this happening, ma'am, please understand that you will need to just stay away from that address until such time as your case is concluded or your bond is modified. Do you understand that, ma'am?
What do you mean by bond modified?
So you would, if you speak to your attorney will be able to assist you and explain that to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Now, I have reviewed the information you provided, ma'am. You do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and so you will have to get your own. Do you understand that?
Yes, I might need assistance with that, but yes.
Okay. Now, lastly, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right. Would you like to have it or waive it?
If I waive it, what exactly does that mean?
All it simply means is you're skipping a hearing and it's moving a little faster to the prosecutor. So why don't we do this? I'll go ahead. Let me just set that hearing. And if you bond out, you know, the hearing will go away. But for the time being, ma'am, if you're still in custody, your next court date will be June 24th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Okay? Good luck. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not understanding. So you're saying that if I don't waive it, I have to see her in custody?
No. I'm not saying you have to. A preliminary hearing is just a hearing where you're present, the officer is present, and your attorney to determine if there's enough evidence against you. If they determine it is, it goes to the prosecutor. If they determine it's not, they may dismiss it, but it can always come back. And so what I've done, since I know there's some confusion, is gone ahead and set that court date for you. So if you don't make your bond, you're going to have another court date on the 24th to go over the facts of your case, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I have Ms. Brown, Kiana Brown, as being next, and then Denia Butler after that. Are you Ms. Brown?
No, it's Butler.
Ms. Brown.
Should be Kiwana Brown. If not, I can do Butler since she's standing there.
Brown.
Do you have Brown?
Male.
Should be Brown, then Butler.
Brown is a male.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. All right, so we'll do Butler. Ms. Butler, you are charged with one count of DUI less safe and one count of improper lane change. Ma'am, the DUI is a misdemeanor. Because you were charged with two misdemeanors, DUI $5,000 bond, improper lane change is a $500 bond for a total of $5,500. Now, because you were charged with two misdemeanors, ma'am, you have the right to what we spoke of earlier, a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that preliminary hearing. Okay, do you understand that?
I'd like the preliminary hearing.
Okay. Give me 1 second here and I will give it to you. Give me 1 second, man. All right. And so, ma'am, if I understood you correctly, you wanted to set your hearing date. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So a couple things. One, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer to assist you at that hearing. And so your next court date, if you don't make your bond, will be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th, and that'll be 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about anything? All right. Good luck to you.
State your name, please.
What's your name, ma'am?
Brooklyn Castleberry.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time for me.
Brooklyn Castleberry.
Okay. All right, Ms. Tackleberry, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor hit and run. Now, because it's a misdemeanor, Ms. Castleberry, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing, ma'am. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
I would like to have my hearing.
All right. Now, based on the information you provided, ma'am, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you at that hearing. Your hearing date, after I give you your bond here, is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th, 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Now, your bond amount is $1,500, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Come on.
All right, are you Ms. Chavis? Ma'am, what's your name?
Ashley Chavis.
Okay, Ms. Chavis, you were charged with 1 count of public indecency and 1 count of prohibited acts at a public transit. Each of those carries a bond of $2,000. So your total bond, ma'am, is $4,000. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from the Atlanta airport unless you are there for travel or because you work there. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, I understand.
Now, are you currently working, ma'am?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead. I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or have your hearing, ma'am?
I don't know, have it?
Okay, so I'll go ahead and set your preliminary hearing date. So, ma'am, if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Uh-huh.
All right, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Next. We'll get you one in a minute. Insurance yourself.
Are you Miss Gartrell? Ma'am?
It's not.
Okay. Ma'am, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor obstruction That carries a bond amount of $3,500. Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing that I spoke of earlier, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it? Okay, so I am showing that you are waiving your right to your hearing. And so this morning after we're done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. Now, looking at your paperwork here, are you currently working or are you not?
I work
How much are you earning per month, ma'am?
over 35.
I'm sorry?
Over 35.
3,500? Okay. All right, so ma'am, based on that, you do not qualify for a court-appointed lawyer, and so you will have to hire your own attorney if you would like one for your case. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, wait.
you.
Next.
Are you Miss Nancy?
Yes.
Ma'am, you are charged with one count of battery, simple battery, family violence. That is a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $3,500. You are to stay away. You have special conditions from Victor Prado and the address of 6011 Randy Lane. As I said earlier, ma'am, if that's somewhere that you were living, please keep in mind that you are not to go back to that address unless and until your case is modified, your bond is modified, or your case is closed. So if you have things there, ma'am, that belong to you, and you make your bond, please get with the sheriff's office within 10 days of your release, and they will assist you in getting your items, okay? Now, as to your preliminary hearing, ma'am, would you like to have your hearing or waive your right to that preliminary hearing?
Wait.
All right, so ma'am, I am showing that you are asking to waive your right to your preliminary hearing. And so since you are asking for that, once we are done here this morning, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. And then once you sign that piece of paper, Ms. Gonzalez, I believe that's all we will have for you this morning. Do you have any questions about anything, ma'am?
Yes, so you said I was to have to stay away from the victim, Victor Monroe. We do share 3 children together, so how could that work?
Okay, unless and until, ma'am, as I said, your bond is modified by a new judge and an attorney, you can have no contact with the children because they'll be in his custody.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And your name, ma'am?
Johnson.
All right, so Ms. Johnson, give me 1 second here. I got you out of order. Ms. Johnson, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass as a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $2,500. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing that we spoke of earlier, or you can waive your right to that hearing, ma'am. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it? All right, so if you don't make your bond, your next court date is going to be June 24th. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's going to be June 24th. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about anything? Say that again, ma'am.
No.
All right, so I guess that is all I have for you. Again, June 24th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, a bond amount of $2,500. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Rita Jackson.
All right, so Ms. Jackson, you are charged here with 1 count of false statements as a felony, 1 count of discharging a firearm near a highway, 1 count of aggravated assault, and 1 count of reckless conduct as a misdemeanor. The aggravated assault being a felony. Give me 1 second. Now, because you are charged with a felony, ma'am, if you don't make the bond that I'm getting ready to give you here, I'm going to tell you when your next court date is. Your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that's June 23rd, 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. You do qualify based on the information you provided for a court-appointed attorney. And so you will have an attorney free of charge to assist you on your case. Now, to your bond, the false statements carries a bond of $5,000. The discharging a firearm near a highway, $5,000. Reckless conduct, $2,500. Aggravated assault, I'm placing you on a no bond here this morning. So you do not have a bond on that charge. And so because of that, man, you're going to have 2 court dates. The first is going to be your preliminary hearing on the 23rd. The second is going to be your bond hearing where they can reconsider bond on June 27th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Now, you do have special conditions, and those are to stay away from the alleged victim in this case, a Miss Ashley Fields. Do you understand that, Ms. Jackson?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. All right, and your name, ma'am?
Princess Jenkins.
Ms. Jenkins, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor simple battery. That is a misdemeanor. And so because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right, ma'am, to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it, ma'am?
I would like to waive it.
All right, so I am showing you are waiving your hearing. So once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. Now, as to your bond amount, Ms. Jenkins, your bond is $3,500. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Emmanuel T. and the address of 17 Fleetwood Drive. And so as I told everyone else, ma'am, if that is somewhere that you were living, please understand you are not allowed to return unless and until your case is closed or your bond's been modified. If there are items there that belong to you, please get with the sheriff's office, and if you make bond within 10 days, they will accompany you there so that you can get your items, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Go around. Yes, the sound.
She's got a sign. Are you Miss Levi?
Yes, I am.
Miss Levi, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence as a misdemeanor. Your bond amount is $2,500. You are to stay away from Malik Thomas and 5900 Riverdale Road. Now, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
I want to waive it.
All right, so because you are showing that you want to waive that hearing, once you and I are done, ma'am, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign. And then once you sign that paper, that's all I have for you this morning, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Right here.
Now, you Miss McCoy? Is that correct?
Yes. Right here.
Miss McCoy, you are charged with 1 count of battery as a misdemeanor, 1 count of affray as a misdemeanor. The battery carries a bond of $3,500. The affray carries a bond of $1,000. So your total bond, ma'am, is $4,500. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, based on the information you provided to me this morning, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. As to the preliminary hearing that I spoke of, would you like to have your hearing, ma'am, or waive it? All right, so ma'am, if you don't make that bond amount that I gave you of $4,500, your next court date will be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about anything?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. All right, and what's your name, ma'am?
Dick Norman.
I'm sorry.
It's Dick Norman.
All right, so Miss Norman, you were charged with 1 count of simple battery at family violence as a misdemeanor. Now, the bond amount on that is $2,500. You do have special conditions, Miss Norman, and they are to stay away from the alleged victim, Dontavius Norman, as well as the address of 1220 Cameron Landing Drive. And so as I mentioned to everyone before you, if that's somewhere that you were living, please understand that you are not to return there unless and until your bond is modified or your case is dismissed. So if you've got any items there and you make bond, let them know and the sheriff's office will accompany you within 10 days of your release. Are you currently working, Miss Norman? Ma'am? So I will go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer free of charge. Lastly, is a preliminary hearing, ma'am. Would you like to have your hearing or would you like to waive your hearing?
We'll waive it.
All right, so I'm showing that you are asking that I waive your hearing this morning. And so once you are done, you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper, ma'am, for you to sign to your right there. Good luck to you. Now you Miss Tutors.
No, I'm not.
What's your name, ma'am?
Last name is Vaughn, Marcel Vaughn.
Vaughn? Okay. Give me 1 second, Miss Vaughn.
I got it, Roger.
All right, so Ms. Vaughn, I vividly remember your case. I know that you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, ma'am. That is a misdemeanor. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, ma'am, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that hearing, Ms. Tutors. Would you like to have the hearing, or would you like to waive your hearing?
I'll waive it.
Or excuse me, Ms. Vaughn. Because you are waiving your hearing, once you and I are done, the deputies will have a piece of paper that they're gonna have you sign, okay? Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, I need to let you know what your bond amount is gonna be here. Your bond amount is $1,000. Now, I'm not going to say that you cannot have contact with this person because it looks like you either live with them and or near them, but you are to have no violent or harassing contact with Ms. Teresa Smith. Do you understand that, Ms. Vaughn?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, lastly, are you working right now, Ms. Vaughn?
I am.
And how much do you earn per month?
I earn $3,500.
Okay. So based on that, Ms. Vaughn, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so if you would like an attorney to assist you on your case here, then you will have to hire your own. Do you understand that, Ms. Vaughn? All right. So again, you have a $1,000 bond. You will have to hire your own attorney. I am showing here that you have asked that we waive your preliminary hearing. And so once you and I are done here momentarily, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign to your right, my left, okay?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Question,
Take your hands out.
if I decide to not take bond, does that mean, what's the connection between the preliminary hearing and the bond?
The only connection, ma'am, being that if you don't make your bond and you wanted to have the hearing, then you would have it. But as you're choosing to waive it, whether you make the bond or not, that hearing is not scheduled for you. But remember, your bond is $1,000, and so you would either pay the $1,000 plus the fees that go along with it to the sheriff's office, and they'll hold it for you until your case closes, and then you'll get the money back. Or you may be able to use a bonding company. I'll be honest with you, bonding companies don't typically want to work on an amount that low, but they may. So it really will just be up to, you and the decision and maybe your family that you all decide to make, okay?
And do
All right,
I
go ahead.
have an additional court date?
Not at this time. So what'll happen is after that happens, ma'am, then the next thing that'll happen is you'll get your next court date either in the mail if you make bond, or if you're still in custody, you'll be notified just like you were this morning when that next court date will be. Okay?
Thank you.
Did that answer all your questions, ma'am?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank
All right, and your name, ma'am?
Blessed lady.
So, Miss Beatty, you are charged here with 1 count of theft by taking, ma'am. It's alleging that back on November 12th that you were involved in an incident with a Giselle. Excuse me, the name of the dog is a Giselle. The victim is Mr. Justin Hall, and that you took the item belonging to him. We have bound you over. They are alleging that this was a felony at the time. And so because it's a felony, ma'am, I'm going to give you a bond here. But if you don't make that bond, your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be via Zoom. Are you currently working right now, ma'am? Ma'am?
Sir.
Okay, so because you are not working, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. And so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, Ms. Beatty? Okay. Now, you have a confused look. Is there anything I can answer for you?
No,
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So again, this is an incident. This is an incident alleging from November 12th. I've given you a court-appointed lawyer. Your next court date, if you don't make bond, will be the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then lastly, ma'am, your bond amount on this particular case is going to be $3,000. Do you understand that? All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy, do you all have a Stacy Tudor? Okay, are you Miss? Is there a Stacy Tudors?
Ma'am, what's your name?
Or is that a female? I mean, a male, I mean. Because mine said, my documents.
That's the bell.
Okay, that's the male. Yep, I see it here. Okay. All right, sir. What's your name?
Curtis Bankston.
So, Mr. Bankston, I believe that you may be on both systems. Give me 1 second here. All right, so Mr. Bankston, you are charged with 1 count of discharging a gun near a highway and then 1 count of reckless conduct, sir. Those are misdemeanors. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanors on this case, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to that hearing. Would you like to have your hearing, sir, or waive it?
What again, sir?
Say it one more time for me.
Said, would I like to what, sir?
Would you like to have your preliminary hearing, or would you like to waive the hearing?
Have my preliminary hearing.
All right, so because you are asking me to give you that preliminary hearing, your next court date. Okay, your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's going to be June 24th, 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom. Now, your bond amount on this case is $10,000. It is $5,000 on discharging of a firearm and $5,000 on the reckless conduct. Do you understand that, sir?
Sure.
Now, because, Mr. Bankston, the information you provided me, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and so you will have to have an attorney. You'll have to obtain your own attorney. Do you understand that? Or do you understand that? I need a verbal response.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so that's your first case here. Looks like you actually have a couple, so I need to go through your second one here. Give me a second. All right, that's the first one we just dealt with, the misdemeanors, $10,000 total bond. The second case that you had, sir, that was pending, Mr. Bankston, that arose from an incident that allegedly happened last night where you were charged with 1 count of simple assault, 1 count of reckless conduct, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, 1 count of possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana, and a terroristic threat. The bond on the firearm discharging near a highway, we already discussed. The reckless conduct, we've already discussed. The simple assault carries, sir, a bond amount of $5,000. The terroristic threats, I have dismissed for you. The possession of a firearm, I have dismissed for you. The misdemeanor possession of marijuana is $1,000, and the reckless conduct is $5,000. So in this case, your total bond is $11,500. Do you understand that, sir? So in the first case, it's $10,000. On the second case here, it's $11,500. Do you understand? Okay. So again, you are charged with misdemeanors here because I dismissed the felonies, Mr. Bankston, because of some information that was missing that needs to be there. Let me just tell you, it doesn't mean that that information won't be added later, but as of right now, the only thing that you are facing are misdemeanor charges. Now, because you are only facing misdemeanors, like on the last case, you have the right to waive that preliminary hearing, or you can have the hearing. So I'm putting down, Mr. Bankston, that you want to have your hearing. Is that correct on this one?
Sure.
All right. So again, it'll be on the 24th. Again, you will have to hire your own attorney to assist you on your cases. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions about anything, Mr. Bankston?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna say that as that the last misdemeanors you were talking about.
Oh, whoa. Before you get, now remember, you be careful what you say to me because this is being recorded, so don't talk about the facts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. What did you want to talk about?
I was gonna say I'm honestly a good person. Like I don't cause no trouble. I don't get in trouble. I just go to work and come home. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And I have a real good job, and I'm here to take care of my people, not to get in trouble.
Okay. Are you asking whether I would consider another bond?
Sir?
Are you asking me for another bond amount?
Nah, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
No problem.
What's your name, sir?
Jonah Brown.
Say it one more time for me.
Jonah Brown.
How do you spell your first name?
Kijana.
And the last name is Brown, you said?
Correct.
Okay, I've got it right here. Mr. Brown, did you fill out any paperwork this morning?
Not I know of, no.
It would have had your name on it to determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Yeah. Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Are you currently working, Mr. Brown?
Are you currently work? No, sir.
Oh, I see it here. I've got it. Okay. All right, so I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed attorney, sir. You're charged with one count of DUI that carries a bond amount of $5,000. You're charged with one count of following too closely that carries a bond amount of $500. Your total bond is $5,500. So because you're not working, sir, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. The last thing I need to ask you, Mr. Brown, you have a right to a preliminary hearing where they can review the facts of this case and determine if there's enough evidence, or you can waive that right to that preliminary hearing if you so choose. So would you like to have that preliminary hearing, sir, or waive that hearing?
Preliminary hearing.
All right, sir. So I understand that you are asking me to set the preliminary hearing date for you. And so keep in mind, you only get this hearing if you don't make your bond, okay?
Okay.
And so your next court date, sir, if you don't make bond of $5,500, is going to be June 24th, and that's going to be at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom, Mr. Brown. Again, that's June 24th, that's 8:30 a.m., and that's via Zoom, all right?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
State your name. Good morning, Rob Bryan.
Is that Brian? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Brian, you are charged here with one count of driving under the influence as a misdemeanor that carries a bond amount of $3,500. You are also, sir, charged with one count of improper erratic lane change and one count of speeding. The bond amount for the speeding is $2,500. The lane change is $500 for a total bond of $6,500. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you were charged with misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it, sir?
Waive, please.
All right, so I am showing that you are waiving your hearing. So once you are done, the deputies to your right, my left, will have a piece of paper for you to sign. Now, sir, I have reviewed the information that you provided to me here this morning. And based on that, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so you will have to hire your own, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Excuse me. Is there any
Yes,
way
sir.
that the bond could be lowered?
No, sir.
No, not a problem.
No,
Thank
sir.
you.
Mhm.
Hey, best friend. Somebody go up to checkpoint. What's happening?
Yes, I was at the thing.
And your name, sir?
Wyman Dixon. Stand up for my teacher.
Say it one more time.
Wyman Dixon.
Okay. All right, so Dixon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Dixon, you were charged with 1 count of reckless driving, 1 count of hit and run, 1 count of racing, and 1 count of improper lane change. The reckless driving carries a bond of $2,000, the hit and run $5,000, the racing $5,000, the improper lanes $500. So your total bond, sir, is $12,500. Do you understand that, sir? Do you understand, Mr. Dixon?
Sir.
All right. So because you were charged with a misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to the hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it, sir?
Whichever one where I gotta serve my time.
All right, sir. So that's not an answer. So I can't take that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the hearing for you. So if you don't make that bond that I gave you of 12-5, your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th, 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And that time will count toward any custody time that you may end up having to serve.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Are you Mr. Fain?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Fain, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, sir. That is a misdemeanor. Your bond amount, Mr. Fain, is $2,500. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, Mr. Fain, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have it or waive it?
I'll go ahead and wait it. Yes.
All right, Mr. Fain, so I am showing that you are asking that I waive your preliminary hearing this morning. I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, Mr. Fain, and so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case, okay?
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Are you Mr. Franklin?
Sir.
All right, so Mr. Franklin, you are charged here with 1 count of giving a false name. That is a misdemeanor, sir. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have that hearing? Or
I would like to have it.
all right, so I'm showing that you are asking to have that hearing. And so your next court date, sir, will be June 24th. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th and that'll be 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Now, with the information that you provided to me this morning, sir, I have gone ahead and I've appointed you a court-appointed lawyer. And so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? Sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What can I do for you?
You tell me my charges. I couldn't. I had 2 charges.
Yeah, give me one. You have giving a false name, Mr. Franklin. That's it. 1,500 is your bond.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. Right. Are you Mr. Gartrell?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Gartrell. So you got a couple of cases here. So we're going to go through everything. Your first one, which alleged to have happened yesterday, May 25th, is an obstruction of a law enforcement officer. That's 1 count of misdemeanor. That carries a bond amount of $3,000. Do you understand that, sir? Okay. And are you currently working, sir?
Yes, sir.
How much are you earning per month?
Before Texas or after Texas?
Before.
About 7,500.
Okay. And do you have any children?
Yes, sir. I have 4.
How many?
I have 4 on blood and 4 stuff.
Okay. Do you know if you'll still have that job if you are released?
Oh, yes, sir. I go to work every day, hard working. So I've been for a little minute.
Okay. So based on the information that you provided me, Mr. Gartrell, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so if you will need an attorney to assist you on the charges that you have, you will have to hire your own, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, on the case we just talked about yesterday was obstruction. Do you want to, you're charged with a misdemeanor here. Let me just look at your second case so we make sure here. Okay. So yes, on this case, you're only charged with a misdemeanor. So let me ask you this. Let me go through your second case first. Your second case, you're charged with 2 counts. One is a falsification of an ID number, 1 count of theft by receiving. Those are both felonies, sir. Because those are felonies, you don't make the bond I gave you on that case. Your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that's via Zoom. Again, that's June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that's via Zoom. Do you understand that?
It was breaking up a little bit when you said the next case.
June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom will be your next court date on the other case. The other case, you are charged with falsification of identification number and a theft by receipt of stolen property. Do you understand that?
How much is that bond?
I'm getting ready to give it to you. That case was alleged to have happened back on December 6th, okay? Now, the bond on that case is $1,000 for the false ID and $3,000 for the theft by receiving of stolen property. So $4,000 altogether on that second case, okay?
Okay, I have a question, sir.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me finish with what I'm doing. Because you are charged with felonies on that case, sir, unless you object, what I would do is I'm just going to put preliminary hearings for both cases on the same day. Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your question, sir?
For the felonies, isn't way can you lower the bond a little bit?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay,
Any other questions?
that's it.
All right, sir. Well, then that's all I have for you. Again, $4,000 on the felony, $3,000 on the misdemeanor. Your next court date for both will be the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom if you don't make the bonds on them, okay?
Okay, it's 4,000 for the felony. How much for the misdemeanor?
3,000.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, that's all.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
What's his name? That's about to rock.
All right. Please state your name, sir.
George.
All right, Mr. George, you are charged here with 1 count of criminal trespass as a misdemeanor, 1 count of battery family violence also as a misdemeanor. Your total bond is $6,000, $2,500 on the trespass, $3,500 on the family violence. You do have special conditions, sir, and they are to stay away from Shirley Campbell and from the address of 461 Old Dixie Highway. Now, Mr. George, I know you got a couple cases here. So the first one that we just went over, Mr. George, is alleged to have happened. That was back on December 12th. And so again, your bond is $6,500. Shirley Campbell to stay away, 461 Old Dixie Highway. Do you understand that? Sir, I'm going to go ahead and give you a preliminary hearing, Mr. George. Your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. Zoom on that first case. Now,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, you
Hold on, Mr. What'd you say?
Yeah, it was moving kind of fast, like you was
Thank y'all.
slowing down.
So let's start over. You got 2 cases, Mr. George. Your first case was alleged to have happened on June 24th. On December 24th. Back on December 24th, you were alleged to have been involved in an incident involving a Miss Shirley Campbell, where you were charged with battery, family violence, and criminal trespass. Your total bond is $6,000. While this case is pending, you have to stay away from Miss Campbell and the address on Old Dixie Highway. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. Now, your second case here was a criminal trespass, family violence. Now, this case was alleged to have happened on May 25th, which would have been yesterday. And on this case, The alleged victim, again, is Miss Shirley Campbell. Do you understand that? Do you understand me, Mr. George?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, on this case, your bond amount, sir, is $2,500. But again, you have to stay away from Miss Shirley Campbell and 461 Old Dixie Highway. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you the preliminary hearing court date, Zoom for both cases. Again, that'll be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything, Mr. George?
No, sir.
All right, sir. Good luck to you.
You said my bond was what? It was 2,000?
6,000 on the first case and 2,500 on the second one.
Okay.
All right. Does that answer your question, Mr. George?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
You need to sign? Yeah.
He didn't waive.
Sorry, Josh. Come here, no, you good?
Yeah, he just needs to sign in.
Yeah. Go ahead, you good?
Let's make sure both of his are done. He's got 2 here, so let me do both of them. So let's see, June 23rd, 8 a.m. Via Zoom. Bonds done. All right, so he should be able to sign them both now. Okay. Your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
Griggs.
All right, so Mr. Griggs, you are charged here with misdemeanor 1 count of theft by shoplifting. You are also charged with 1 count of possession of drug-related objects, and then 1 count of possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana. The theft by shoplifting, Mr. Griggs, carries a bond of $1,500. The drug-related objects, $500. The marijuana, $1,000. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanors, Mr. Griggs, you have a right to that preliminary hearing that we talked about, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
I'll have the hearing.
All right, sir. So if you do not make the bond that I'm going to give you, your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th. That'll be at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. You do have special conditions on your bond, sir, and they have to stay away from 2940 Anvil Block Road, the Walmart where this was alleged to have happened. Do you understand? Right. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
No.
Are you Mr. Hannah?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Hannah, I want to tell you, sir, here, I reviewed the information that you provided here. I reviewed the information provided by the police. I am going to dismiss your case here this morning based on what they lack some information for me to move forward on it. Now, let me tell you this, sir. It doesn't mean that your case may not come back later. It just means for as of today, your case has been dismissed, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir.
Good luck to you. I got you.
All right. Are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Hernandez, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, sir. That is a misdemeanor. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, sir, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have your hearing or waive it?
I'd like to have my hearing.
All right, sir. So if you don't make your bond, your next court date will be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th. That'll be 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Now, your bond amount, sir, on your particular case is $2,500. You do have special conditions, Mr. Hernandez, and they are to stay away from the alleged victim here, a Miss Ziamora Samen, S-A-M-E-N, and the address of 2730 Old South Drive. And so as I've told most of the people ahead of you, if that is somewhere that you were living before this happened, please understand you are not allowed to return there unless and until your case is closed or your bond is modified. If you go there, please make sure you are with the deputies from the Clayton County Sheriff's Office who will assist you in getting any items that belong to you, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir. Are you Mr. Hicks?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hicks, you're charged with 1 count of simple battery. A bond amount is $2,500. Your special condition is to stay away from Morgan McKenzie. Because you are charged with a misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
I would like to have the hearing.
All right, so should you not make the bond that I've given you of $2,500, your next court date, sir, is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, sir, and so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Good luck to you.
All right, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Are you Mr. Howard?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Howard, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor simple battery family violence, 1 count of robbery. The robbery is a felony, carries a bond of $15,000. The simple battery carries a bond of $3,500 for a total bond of $18,500, sir. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Avril Ellis, and also to stay away from the address of 4685 Courtney Drive. Again, that's 4685 Courtney Drive. And so if that's somewhere that you were living, sir, as I said to everyone before you, please make sure that you get with the sheriff's office to assist you in going over to that address should there be any items that you need to get that belong to you. Do you understand that? Do you understand that, sir?
You said
All right, so I have
said 18.
I was telling 18,500. All right, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, Mr. Howard, so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you, sir. Good luck to you. And are you Mr. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Jackson, you were charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass, 1 count of battery family violence, and 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, sir. Those are all misdemeanors. Your bond amount on the criminal trespass is $2,500. On the battery, $3,500. Cruelty to children, $3,500, or a total bond of $9,500. You do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Gwendolyn Bolden, as well as the address where this is alleged to have happened. Excuse me, not Gwendolyn Bolden. You are to stay away from Gwendolyn Bolden and Sierra Jackson. And the address to stay away from is 6763 Creekmore Lane. So again, if that's somewhere that you are living, sir, just please be conscious of that and understand that you are not to return there unless and until your case is closed or your bond is modified. Do you understand that?
Sir, how much did you say the bond was again? For all?
$7,500.
All right.
Now, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir, and so you will have to hire your own attorney if you would like one to assist you on the case. So the last question I have for you, Mr. Jackson, is as it relates to your preliminary hearing here, Mr. Jackson, would you like to have your hearing or would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Like to have.
All right, so what that means is, Mr. Jackson, then should you not make that bond that I gave you earlier, the $7,500, then the next court date that you will have, give me 1 second here. It's 3,500, 3,500. And let me correct myself. My math is bad here. It's 9,000 total. It's 3,500, 3,500, and 2,500. And then you are to stay away from those 2 individuals, and then to also stay away from the property as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you have advised that you would like to have your hearing. And so if you don't make that bond of $9,000 that I've given you, Mr. Jackson, then what will happen is your next court date is going to be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 24th, 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom for your preliminary hearing, should you not make your bond. Do you understand that, sir?
Sir.
Do you have any questions about anything?
Oh, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Jackson. Give me 1 second, sir. Deputies, can we bring Mr. Jackson back up?
Yes, sir. It's still Mr. Jackson, step back out. Come on, bring over.
Mr. Jackson, I apologize. They just added one more thing on here that I needed to discuss with you. So you have a second case, and I know you were continuing from yesterday. So your first case that we just talked about is from May 24th, was alleged to have been a criminal trespass, the battery, and the cruelty to children. It was alleging that you were involved in an incident with a Sierra Jackson and Gwendolyn Bolden, and that you damaged property in front of a minor child, okay? Now, you have an older case here from April 8th, 2025. It's alleged that you were involved in an aggravated assault, also with Miss Sierra Jackson. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
So I needed to advise you of that case too. Now, on that case, I've reviewed that one as well. Now, unlike the other where you wanted to set your hearing date of June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom on that one, on this one, again, the aggravated assault, the cruelty to children, one is a misdemeanor, one is a felony, and then you also have the misdemeanor battery family violence also involving Sierra. So both cases involve Sierra. The first are all misdemeanors. Your bond I've given you of $9,000. Your second one, again, you have a felony and 2 misdemeanors, all involving Sierra from April 8th. On this case, let me give you your bond. Your bond for the cruelty to children is $2,500. Your bond for the battery is $3,500. Your bond for the aggravated assault, you will be a no bond, sir. And so you'll get 2 court dates for that one. They'll be the 23rd of June, 23rd of June at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then for the second court date, it'll be your bond hearing. That's going to be on June 27th. So you got 3 court dates coming up. The 23rd for your felonies on April 8th, the April 8th incident. The 24th for your misdemeanors. The alleged incident occurred on May 24th. And then your third date is going to be your bond hearing on the 27th. So June 23rd for the felonies, June 24th for the misdemeanors, and then June 27th for your bond hearing. Your bond on the second is a no bond on the ag assault, and then $3,500 and $2,500 for the misdemeanor battery and cruelty to children. Okay?
Yes, sir. In total, what's my total for all the bonds?
So you got on the first one $9,000, on the second one $7,000, but a no bond on the ag assault.
And then you said I go for a bond hearing on the 27th for the ag.
Yep, you'll be at a bond hearing for everything on that day. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, sir. And what's your last name?
Johnson.
Is it Mr. Javon Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Johnson, you are charged here with 1 count of obstruction of an officer, 1 count of public drunk, 1 count of reckless conduct, 1 count of simple assault, 1 count of criminal damage in the second degree as a felony, and 1 count of obstructing a driver's view as a misdemeanor. So those are all misdemeanors except the criminal damage. The obstruction carries a bond of $2,500, public drunk $1,000, reckless conduct $5,000. The simple assault I have dismissed. The obstructing a driver's view $500. The criminal damage in the second degree carries a bond of $5,000 as well. So you got $5,500, $2,500, $1,000, and $500. So, sir, your total bond on this case is $14,000. You do have special conditions, sir, and they are to stay away from the alleged victim in this case, a Miss Makai Ector. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
So if you don't make bond, sir, that I'm going to give you here shortly, your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 23rd and that'll be 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes. Can you tell me the total one more time? Like
14,000.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions I can answer for you?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
All right, and are you Mr. Lanier?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Lanier, you are charged with 1 count of DUI as a misdemeanor, 1 count of bribery as a felony, and 1 count of improper lane change as a misdemeanor. Because you are charged with a felony, sir, should you not make the bond that I'm going to give you, your next court date is going to be June 23rd. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's June 23rd, 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And how much money are you making per month, sir?
I'm not sure. 2,000.
All right, so based on that, sir, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will get a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, as to your bond amount, sir, your bond amount is $5,000 on the DUI, $5,000 on the bribery, and $500 on the improper lane change for a total bond of $10,500. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I have for you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
And are you Mr. Mosey?
Mr. Mike.
Okay, Mr. Mike, are you okay? Mr. Mike, are you working right now?
I own my own restaurant.
And how much?
We just 2 months in, so I'm pretty much working for free.
Okay. So, sir, based on that, I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. You're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond amount is $5,000. You're to stay away from the alleged victim, Deshaun Chandler, as well as the address of 2108 Bentley Crossing. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing, sir, or waive it?
I'm waiving.
All right, sir. So I am showing that you are asking me to waive your preliminary hearing. And so once you and I are done, the deputy will have a piece of paper for you to sign. It'll be to your right, my left. That's all I have for you this morning, Mr. Mike. You have a good one.
Thank you.
Are you Mr. Norman?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Mr. Norman, you are charged here with 1 count of obstruction of an officer, sir. That is a misdemeanor. Now, because you were charged with a misdemeanor, you have a right to a preliminary hearing, Mr. Norman, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have that hearing or waive it, sir?
I like to waive it.
All right, so I am showing that you are waiving your hearing. And so once you and I are done, then the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign to my right, to your right, my left. Now, based on the information you provided, sir, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge. You are charged, as I said, with misdemeanor obstruction. The bond amount, sir, is $2,500. And you have waived your preliminary hearing this morning. Do you have any other questions about anything for me?
No, sir.
All right, sir, and that's all I have for you. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Give me 1 second, sir. Are you Mr. Rigby?
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? No, sir. Come on, stand up there. What's your name?
Page.
Oh, your Page? Yep. All right. So you're back on job. Give me 1 second. All right. So, Mr. Page, you are charged with 1 count of misdemeanor discharge of a gun near a highway, and 1 count of misdemeanor reckless conduct. Those are both.
Wrong person. I'm Page. Page. Wrong. That's the wrong charge.
Oh, I apologize. They've got it. You're charged with 1 count of theft by conversion as a felony. Excuse me. Because you were charged with a felony, sir, your next court date, should you not make your bond, will be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Now, your bond amount, Mr. Page, on this 1 count of theft by conversion is $5,000. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I just want to confirm what I'm reading here correctly. You are not currently working. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. So you do, sir, qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so I will appoint you a court-appointed attorney to assist you on your case should you need one, okay?
Right.
Do you have any questions about anything for me? Again, your bond is $5,000. I've given you a lawyer free of charge. If you don't make the bond, your next court date, because you have a felony, will be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be like you are here today on Zoom.
That theft by conversion was with a company vehicle, right? They got their vehicle 6 months ago.
Okay, whoa. Remember, I can't talk to you about that stuff, sir. You don't want to go into detail about that with me.
All right, yeah,
'Cause this is being videotaped, so talk to your lawyer.
fair enough.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
What is the waiting?
All right, and are you Mr. Rigby?
Sir.
All right, Mr. Rigby, you're charged with one count of misdemeanor battery on a police officer, one count of obstruction, and one count of criminal trespass. The obstruction of an officer is a misdemeanor, carries a bond amount of $2,500. The trespass, $2,500. The simple battery on an officer, sir, I have dismissed because there was some information missing. Let me be clear, it just means it's being dismissed today. Doesn't mean that it won't come back if they decide to bring it at a later time. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have gone ahead and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, so you will have a lawyer free of charge, Mr. Rigby, to assist you on your case. Lastly, because you are charged with a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have it or waive it, sir?
Wait, I don't understand. Wait.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead because you are a little confused and set the hearing date for you. That's where you're present, the officer is present, the judge is present there for them to review your case and determine if there is enough evidence to go forward or if they should dismiss it. So I've gone ahead and set that date for you, but you only have it, sir, if you don't make your bond. So if you bond out, then it doesn't matter. That court date goes away anyhow. But that court date will be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Good luck to you. Thank you. And give me your name, sir.
Ryan, Devitt, Devin Ryan.
All right, so Mr. Ryan, I want to make sure we got it because you're on here a couple times. Okay. All right, give me just 1 second, Mr. Ryan. Okay. Mr. Ryan, you are charged here with one count of speeding, one count of distracted driving, one count of driving without a seatbelt, one count of driving with no license, and obstruction. These are all misdemeanors except for the obstruction. The obstruction is a felony, sir. So because you are charged with a felony, I'm going to give you a bond, but if you don't make that bond, your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Now, based on the information you provided to me, Mr. Ryan, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And so if you would like an attorney to assist you, you will need to hire one yourself.
Okay.
Now, as to your bond, sir, on the speeding, your bond amount is going to be $1,000.
Yeah.
As to the distracted driving, your bond amount is $500.
Okay.
As to the seatbelt violation, your bond amount is $500.
Okay.
And then as to the driving with suspended license, your bond amount is $15. Okay, I just want to make sure we've got it all correct. Good. Okay. And then as to the obstruction, your bond amount is $5,000. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got 1,000, 500, 500, 1,500, and 5,000. So your total bond amount is $8,500. Okay.
Okay.
Now, we got to go through some things here. So 8,500, based on the information that you provided to me, sir, you do not qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. And so if you would like a lawyer to assist you on your case, you will have to hire your own free of charge. Do you understand that, Mr. Ryan?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Ryan, you have two cases. That's your first case. Your second case, which is alleged to have happened back on yesterday, the 25th, is a theft by receiving of a stolen property as a misdemeanor. And then driving with a suspended license, again, is a misdemeanor. The theft by receiving carries a bond amount of $2,000. The suspended license, $1,500. So on that case, your total bond is $3,500. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, on that case, sir, you are charged with misdemeanors. So you have a right to that preliminary hearing I just gave you on your felony, or you can waive the hearing on that case, the second one. I'm inclined to just go ahead and put you down, since you've already got to deal with that felony preliminary hearing, is to put you on the same date for this one, okay?
Okay.
And so you'll have preliminary hearings for both cases on the 23rd. Your misdemeanor case of theft by receiving, your suspended license case, your theft by receiving suspended license will be on 8:30, and it'll be at the same time as your preliminary hearing for your felony case involving the speeding, the distracted driving, the seatbelt violation, and the suspended license and felony obstruction, okay? Do you have any questions about anything, sir? I want to make sure we're clear. So the first case, bond amount, the 1,000, 2 counts at 500, 1 count at 5,000, 1 count at 1,500. So again, your total bond on that was 8,500 on the first one. Second is only misdemeanors. Your total bond is 3,500, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, so Mr. Ryan, they got something to sign for you there on the computer because you were on what we call JOTS this morning. And once you sign that, sir, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Give me 1 second here, sir.
How are you? 21.
Okay, and what's your name, sir? So, Mr. Simmons, you were charged here with 1 count of terroristic threat as a felony. So because you are charged with a felony here, sir, your next court date, should you not make your bond, is going to be June 23rd. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be via Zoom, Mr. Simmons. Again, that's June 23rd. That's 8:30 a.m. And that's via Zoom. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Now, based on the information you provided to me this morning, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer, sir. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Do you understand that? Sir?
Sir.
All right. Now, as to your bond amount, sir, on the terroristic threat, you have a bond of $5,000, and you are to stay away from the alleged victims, Ciandarius Abrams, as well as the address of 511 Cypress Estates Cove. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions about anything, sir?
Can I get somebody, like an officer to assist me to grab some of my stuff from there?
Yes, as I said, so if you make that bond on the 5,000, they will assist you. So you need to contact them within 10 days of your release, and they'll go over to that address with you to assist you in removing any items that belong to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Are you Mr. Scott?
Stacy Tudor.
Okay.
Scott bonded out, Your Honor.
What do you, I'm sorry?
Scott bonded out.
Okay. To bond. All right. Give me 1 second here, Mr. Tudor. All right, Mr. Tudor, you are charged here with 1 count of burglary as a felony, 1 count of criminal trespass as a felony, and it's a misdemeanor, and then 1 count of simple assault. Now, because you are charged here with a felony burglary, sir, you are entitled to or going to be granted what is called a preliminary hearing. So on that preliminary hearing, sir, your next court date, should you not make your bond, Mr. Tudors, is going to be June 23rd. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's going to be June 23rd, 8:30 a.m. and that'll be via Zoom for your preliminary hearing for the felony charge. Now, based on the information that you provided to me, sir, well, let me ask, are you working right now, Mr. Tudors?
I just got released from prison.
I'm sorry?
Got released from prison.
Okay. So based on that, I am going to go ahead and appoint you a court-appointed lawyer. So you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case. Now as to your, you said you have one? Okay, no worries. So let me do it today. I'll just appoint you somebody today. And then if ultimately you do have an attorney, what they can do is they'll go ahead and do a substitution of counsel. They'll understand what that means so that they'll show up as your lawyer. Now let me give you your bond. On the simple assault, your bond is $3,000. On the criminal trespass, your bond is $3,000. On the burglary, you're on a no bond. I am showing that you're on probation out of Fulton County, 23 SC 187134.
Not on probation.
Okay, well, right now, as of right now, that's what I'm showing, sir. Now, you do have special conditions, and they are to stay away from Lysandra Mosley and the address of 5738 Old Dixie Road. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. So as to the other thing that you mentioned, we can't get into that right now because I don't have that information, but I would just make your attorney aware of it. And if in fact that is incorrect, they'll correct it. Okay.
So when is my next court date?
You got two. Your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then you'll have a bond hearing date, June 27th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom for the bond. The 23rd prelim, 27th bond. All right, give me your name, sir.
Matthew Williams.
You said Larry Williams?
I said Matthew Williams.
Matthew, okay. Give me 1 second here. All right, so Matthew, you were charged with 1 count of misdemeanor theft or of lost or mislaid property. That is a misdemeanor, sir. Because that is a misdemeanor, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, sir, or you can waive that hearing. Would you like to have it or waive it?
I don't know what that means.
So I'm gonna go ahead and set the hearing for you. It'll be June 24th at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. If you don't make your bond, sir, that'll be your next court date. A preliminary hearing is where you are present, the judge is present, and your lawyer to review the facts of your case and to determine if there's enough evidence to go forward to the prosecutor or not. So it can be dismissed. I'll set that date for you, but you'll only get it if you don't make bond. Your bond, sir, is $2,000 on this case, okay?
All right.
Are you working right now?
No,
How much are you earning per month?
I don't know. I just started.
All right, so then I'm gonna give you a lawyer free of charge. So you'll have a lawyer to help you on this case, okay?
All right.
So again, your charge is misdemeanor, your bond is $2,000. I've given you a lawyer free of charge. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, it's gonna be the 24th of next month at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Again, that's the 24th of next month, 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Good luck to you, sir. What's your name, sir?
What's the matter?
All right, so Mr. Welch, you are charged here with 1 count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, otherwise being possession of an illegal drug. That is a felony, sir. Now, because you are charged with a felony, if you don't make the bond that I'm going to give you, your next court date is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that'll be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Do you understand that? I have gone ahead, sir, and appointed you a court-appointed lawyer, so you will have a lawyer free of charge to assist you on your case, okay? And your bond amount, sir, Mr. Welch, on that one count of felony drugs is $3,500. All right, good luck to you, sir. Are you Larry Williams?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams, you are charged with one count of false imprisonment as a felony, one count of battery as a misdemeanor, one count of simple assault as a misdemeanor, and one count of criminal damage in the second degree as a felony. Because you were charged with felonies, sir, your next court date, should you not make the bond that I'm going to give you, is going to be June 23rd at 8:30 a.m., and that'll be via Zoom. Again, that's June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Now, based on the information you provided, sir, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and so you will have to hire your own. Do you understand that?
Own attorney.
Yes, because you don't qualify for a free one, so you've got to hire your own, okay?
Okay.
Now, as to your bond, sir, your false imprisonment, I put you on a no bond status. The battery and the simple assault, I've dismissed. The criminal damage, you're on a no bond status. What that means is you're going to have a second court date where they can reconsider your bond. That's going to be June 27th. That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. and that's going to be via Zoom. Again, that's June 27th. That's 8:30 a.m. and that's via Zoom, Mr. Williams. Do you understand that? So you got 2 charges remaining. I dismissed 2 charges. The 2 charges that are remaining, you're on no bond, and they'll reconsider your bond on the 27th of next month. Good luck to you, sir.
You have a question?
Oh, so what that mean? I gotta stay here to the 25th.
So the 23rd and then again on the 27th. Yes, sir.
No, yes, sir.
Are you Mr. Wimberly? Mr. Wimberly, you are charged with 1 count of less than 1 ounce of marijuana, misdemeanor obstruction, misdemeanor terroristic threats. The misdemeanor marijuana carries a bond of $1,000, the obstruction $2,500 for a total of $3,500, and I have dismissed the terroristic threats. Now, because you are charged with misdemeanor, sir, you have the right to a preliminary hearing, sir, or you can waive your right to that hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
Waive.
All right, so I am showing that you are asking me to waive that hearing. And so once you are done here this morning, sir, the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign to your right, my left. And then once you sign that paper, sir, we'll be good to go. Now, as it relates to your bond, again, it's $1,000 on the marijuana, $2,500 on the obstruction for $3,500. Good luck to you, Mr. Wimberly. Mr. Wright? All right, so Mr. Wright, you are charged here with 1 count of misdemeanor criminal trespass, sir. Your bond amount is $2,500. You do have special conditions to stay away from Jasmine Anderson and the address of 850 Mount Zion Road. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. But I
So
pay bills.
Doesn't matter, sir. If that's somewhere you were living, you will have to reside elsewhere unless and until your case is closed or your bond is modified. Do you understand?
So I got to mess up my rental history all because of this.
Sir, I can't comment on that, sir, but you want to stay away. Now, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney based on the information you provided, sir. So you will have to obtain your own if you would like to have one for your case. Last thing I got to ask you, Mr. Wright, you are charged with misdemeanor, so you have a right to a preliminary hearing, or you can waive that right to the hearing. Would you like to have the hearing or waive it?
Waive it.
So I am showing, sir, that you are asking me to waive it, and so the deputies will have a piece of paper for you to sign, and then once you sign that piece of paper, sir, then that's all I have for you this morning. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, thank you all so much for everything. I believe that's everyone.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Thank you.